Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for Channel Disturbance. This is a T67. It's a Tier 5 American tank destroyer and it's located on the north spawn of Cliff and it's under the command of Squirrlynuts. And battle is about to commence. We can see one mark of excellence on his barrel and game is underway. Now he's headed for the West Passage straight away. You see the team fanning out. It looks like it's a fairly low tier battle in terms of most of the players on this team are showing as tomato players, that is low tier, low win 8 or low rating I should say, and Squirrlynuts has actually taken up position in a bush. He's probably one of the more higher rated players in the game. Waiting for a target to come to view. He's got a Panzer III-4 ahead of him and an IS-2. They should be able to spot somebody for him. Got an S-35, a bathtub. He's moving up, doing a bit of damage as he does so. There's a P-43. And looks like our Panzer III-4 took a bit of damage. And the bathtub's getting in the way. It's probably a fairly inexperienced player driving it. Squirrlynuts knocks the tree down and sits at the base, which, as you know, is normally assigned to Arty. Fire at the base of that tree and you'll usually hit something. There is only two Arty on the enemy team, a GW Panther and an FB304, the Burt. Now he's got quite a few tanks with him, and just to his left he's actually got a TOG, as well as a Dickomax. Still no sign of the enemy. We're two tanks down at the moment, and that's mostly due to action that's at the centre line next to the hill. The enemy did manage to get the hill. Their T21 managed to get up there fairly quickly. Right, we've got a target, P-43, same one we saw before. The TOG's moving forward. Oh, fired a round in there, but didn't get the P-43. Certainly made him think twice. It's a T-25-2 there. Despite the fact we've got the posts in the way. Ah, there's P-43. And that round bounced off the armour. Rob didn't go through. I mean, it's pretty certain that P-43 did see us as well, but I'm not sure if Squirrlynuts has got sixth sense on this vehicle. But he's decided to change position because there's some enemy tanks coming around the hill, the lighthouse hill, from the East Passage. There's a Firefly and a T29, so he needs to do some damage to them. Luckily, the Fireflies managed to be taken out by the IKV-90. He's firing at the T29, and he's out the game. He's been killed by our M4. But there, up on top of the hill, is a T21, and he's coming down rapidly. It's going to crash, and he's done a huge amount of damage to himself, and he's died. But he was actually taken out by the heavy tank number 6. There's a T67 on the enemy team up there. It looks like he's going to try and go up onto the hill. Oh, and he's been killed before we think. So we're taking up a position behind this rock. There's a KV-1 up there. Not really the right place for a heavy tank, really, to be honest. But I think he's probably going to have to turn around that KV-1 because there's a heavy tank on our side going around the outside, the heavy tank number 6. That's the Japanese version of the Tiger. That KV-1, when he realises that, is going to have to fall back. Now, squirrlynuts is going around the rock. Looks like he's going to try and support the heavy tank in 6. Oh, he's got a better angle on that T67. So having a look, just to see if he can get a shot on him. He pulled back behind the rubble, the ruins. No, can't get a shot. Now, he might want to pull forward. Now, normally I use the dip and the coast road here. It's actually quite helpful because if you go around the outside, it's very difficult for the enemy to see you unless you pop over these rises just here and the one a little further on. Now, there is a KV-2 further on down near the enemy cap. You can see where the heavy tank number 6 managed to get, and I'm not sure if he's got shots on the KV-1, but they have got shots on that T67, and he fires one round in. 102 hit points, and that one goes through the tracks. That one goes through the vehicle. 110. Goes for another. No. Fires another round in, and this time he gets the kill. Even though it was a blind shot kill, he managed to get it. Now he's going for the KV-2. Gets a round in for 128. Good hit. He's using standard AP at the moment. Now I think that KV-2 is actually hiding behind a rock, so it's going to be difficult to hit. Going to have to change position. Now I think he's going to try and get a bit higher, but use the rock face for cover. Now can he get a shot on that KV-1? I don't think you can see it from here, but that's Type 64. He's only got 5 hit points left. He's in a bit of a dangerous situation there. Well, we can see the KV-1 now, but it looks to me like squirrlynuts is going back around to try and approach the KV-1 from the other side. The AMX-13F3 has moved forward, and he's trying to support the heavy tank number 6. But the enemy is now reaching our cap area, and he's just about to take out our Lorraine 15550. In fact, their bird is actually now, I think he's around the back of the Lorraine. And yes, he's taken out the Lorraine. So he must have shotgunned him. So now we're going to have to try and defend the cap. Also, we've got that KV-1 there. Can he get a shot? Yes, he can. Oh, he gets a one-shot kill there. 105 hit points. Takes the KV-1 out of the game. That's his second kill. Now, the problem is he's not going to be able to go up on the heights, so he's going to have to try and shoot from just around the corner and pull back behind the rock as soon as the enemy is spotted. He's waiting for the enemy to get up onto the rock face before he shoots. In fact, he's going to use this tree as cover, but the whole rear of his vehicle is exposed. There's the T1 Heavy. He's moving forward. Oh, and gets him with one shot. 113 hit points. That's his third kill. Now, he could platoon right now. There is an IKB-90B who's got 3 kills. It's brothers in arms if they both survive. There's a P43. The IKV's up on the rock face, overlooking the cap area. And he's got a shot for 260 into that P43. And he's out of the game. So that's the threat to the cap gone. The unfortunate thing is we did lose the P43, the heavy tank number 6, who actually went a long way south. The AMX-13F3 is still in a very advanced position on the east side of the map. It looks to me now like squirrlynuts is going to try and support the attack around the east side of the map. Or is he going to go over the top by the... well, yeah, he's going to go over the top by the midline. That might also help him to spot the enemy, because he can poke around the corner, just look over the edge without being seen. Gently trying to get forward without being spotted. Okay, so he's got the bush. There's a KV2 down below there somewhere. There's also a Panzer Selbstverteidiger 4C, otherwise known as the Death Toaster. And there's the GW Panther, the enemy Arty. Oh, one round into him. Can he get the second one? Yes, he does. And a third. Finish him off. No, it wasn't enough. One more shot. And he gets the kill shot. That's 4 kills. There's the KV2. Oh my god, he managed to get past the AMX-13 F3. And that's amazing. The F3 must have been hidden when that happened. But the problem now is that although he spotted the KV2, in fact maybe the IKV who spotted him. Oh, gets around into the side. 109. And another one. 104. And the IKV finishes him off. 22 hit points. They now have 9 kills between them. There is only one enemy tank left alive, and it's the Death Toaster. Now, when he was last seen, he was at the base of the cliff. Now, I think he stopped to platoon with the IKV. Yep, he's off the platoon. And he's accepted. That's great news. That means if they both survive, it's a brothers in arms. Now, they've got to be very careful about this. It looks to me like the Death Toaster has taken the position on the heights overlooking their own cap, which means he's going to be very difficult to spot. He's on that hill in the distance, right in the middle of the screen. Okay, he's moved up. He's looking in the cap area. I don't think he's there. I think he's up on top of the hill, because from on top of the hill you can overlook the cap and take shots at the enemy in the cap. It's a bit of a stronghold position there. I'm sure that's what Wargaming intended, to make that position basically a position of last stand for those on the south. Likewise, they made that little lookout over the north cap a bit of a last stand position. Can't see the Death Toaster yet, but if the Death Toaster's got a camo net, yes, there he is. He has been spotted. He's putting back under cover because he doesn't know if he's been seen, and he can get a shot. He's going to try. Yes, and he gets him with one shot. 6 kills. That's a Top Gun for the IKV. Actually, it was the IKV who killed him. He fired the round in, but it was the IKV who got the kill shot just at the right moment. And here's the end battle results. It's a first-class tanker for squirrlynuts in the T67. He also managed to fight a badge for getting at least 4 kills and a fire effect for dealing more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle. But best of all, he picked up the brothers in arms because he offered the platoon to the IKV and the IKV accepted. And so let's have a look at the team scores. Well, he didn't get the highest amount of damage. That went to the IKV 90 Type B. He managed 2,436 hit points of damage, whereas Squirrlynuts managed 1,399. The highest the enemy could do was the T25-2 with 1,210. But it was the IKV who managed the highest number of kills, 6 to Squirrlynuts' 4. And of course the IKV also ended up with the high caliber and the Top Gun, as well as his brothers in arms, which is quite a nice haul of medals to take away. When it came to base XP, it was Squirrlynuts who managed the highest score. He had a tier 5 tank. It was a tier 6 game with KV2s in it. So he managed 1,016 base experience points, whilst the IKV managed only 890 in the end. So let's have a look at the detail report. He fired 20 rounds, got 16 direct hits, 14 penetration. That was all with standard AP. He didn't use APCR, and I don't think he really needed to. He's a good enough shot to actually get the shots on target and make it work. He did damage of 1,399 hit points, of which 826 are at more than 300 meters. He spotted 2 enemy vehicles, damaged 6 of the enemy, killed 4 of them, and did damage assistance of 590 hit points. On a standard account, he earned 22,631 credits, and after ammunition resupply, he had 15,303 credits left over. He received 1016 base XP, and that was all he took away because there was no multipliers. But it was a damn fine bit battle, and he did take a small, well, takes a loss and winning from the bottom. Well, not really, it wasn't a loss because you didn't actually lose any credits and you didn't lose on XP. I think really the fact was that you were losing a battle and then you won the battle by turning the tables around. And you did so in the most efficient way, trying to support your team wherever you were most effective. And it did work out. So congratulations, squirrlynuts. And congratulations to the IKV driver for allowing the platoon at the end, rotor head 53, because it was nice to pick up the brothers in arms as well. If you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.